Probably three things. One is quite simply connection. Connection between the people who go, and in our case, the diggers, and with the place. That's one of the most important things. The second is just simply the geography of that sector, because it's one of the few places where you can still see the major salient points that were of importance during the battles on that peninsula. I think the third thing that runs through that, though, is the camaraderie that can develop amongst the groups who go. The notion of pilgrims isn't all that far distant from what that experience is.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely agree with that. Good preparation is the key, and knowing and allowing the time for the students to come to grips with the place is important. If you hadn't been there before, you could say, "Oh, right, we'll rip through this, and we'll get over there, and we'll hurry up through this." And the students are often overwhelmed with their emotional and psychological reactions to the place. So we've got it pretty well down pat now that we need to give them the time to be able to absorb that, to be able to deal with that, rather than rushing from, on your left, on your right sort of thing, and give them the time to absorb what they're actually going through. The other thing that I think I agree, their connection with each other is really important, the connection they have with their own individual digger that they're looking at, and the journal. Probably they keep a journal each day before they leave, outlining their expectations and then tracing how that's changing or being challenged as they go through. And the vast majority of those are spectacular documents by the end. And I think requiring them to reflect each day on what they've just been through is a really good way of them processing what's happening. And it's a really great thing that they treasure, a memento that they treasure for years and years afterwards.
And I think too, the other thing is we don't bus them. We make them walk most of the sector. So that removes the tourist element. On our left is this, on our right is that, on our left is this. They have time to just take in the atmosphere that's there.
And they have to go down the steps to the 4th Battalion Parade Ground Cemetery, and then they have to get back up the steps.
We shan't talk about that.